friends. This is going to be a little bit different than what I've done in the past, so I'm going to show you what I do with some of my leftovers. The other night I made a slow cooker roast beef with mashed potatoes and gravy. I'm going to show you what I do with the leftovers and make a meal out of it. This is literally all you need is some leftover beef, mashed potatoes. You can use fresh potatoes, smashed potatoes, whatever you really want. You're going to need a little bit of macaroni. You're going to need an onion, and that's all you need to make this quick and easy recipe. You did remember to salt and flavor your water for your macaroni with some good old salt, and I use dried onions. This just gives your macaroni a little bit more flavor. It's going to sound really weird, but I've been doing this, well, I was taught this way from my mother. You can also use chicken broth to give your macaroni extra flavor as well. This is just how I do it. Next thing, you take all the leftover beef and you put it into really small, or you slice it into really small cubes. Next, you take half of a red onion, or however much onion you want, finely chop it, and you're going to fry that in the frying pan with the roast beef to heat everything up. Make sure you add a little bit of oil to those onions. You don't want them to burn. Just a little bit like that. And once those onions have started to go opaque, or colorless, that's when I'll add the beef to it. Now that your beef and onions are cooking away and heating up, you're going to want to take probably 2.5 cups of macaroni, whatever you really want. You're going to dump it into your pot of boiling, flavored, salted, onion water. This is how the onions and cut up beef should look. The onions are starting to lose some of their color. You don't want them to be completely colorless. That'll also give that beef a little extra flavor. And at this point, you're just heating up the cold beef. That way you can add the mashed potatoes to it and the macaroni as well. Now I went ahead and microwaved the leftover mashed potatoes to bring them to a little bit of warm temperature. That way they're not a big clump. You're going to add those into your sauteed onions and beef, and you're going to want to cook this until, I like to actually give the potatoes a little bit of a crunch. And once that has all cooked together and you got the potatoes where you want them, nice and crunchy, you're going to add your macaroni to it. Now would be a great time to add some seasoning salt if you so desire. I'm going to, because I like seasoning salt. Looks pretty good to me. Once you've drained your cooked pasta, you're just going to want to go ahead and dump that into your into the potatoes, roast beef, and onion mix. Put it on the stove, bring everything up to temperature, and you're good to go. And there you go. That's what you get. Had a little bit of leftover gravy from the other night when I made the roast to begin with. So you put that over top of it. You got yourself mashed potatoes, gravy, roast beef, onions, and macaroni. Now it's going to sound a little bit weird, and I do understand that. Bear with me. Give it a try. I've been eating this since I was a kid. It's awesome. I don't even know where this recipe came from. I know my mom taught me how to cook it, so I don't know where she learned it. But let's give it a taste and see how it is. Yeah, tastes like childhood. If anybody has any questions, feel free to drop a comment. Thanks for tuning in.